According to the National Center for Education Statistics, the average price tag for a college student education is more than $25,000 per year at a four-year institution, including room and board. Hopes to ease the burden of these costs, 85% of first-time full-time undergraduate students use some form of financial aid to pay for college. But with President Trump's proposed budget for 2018, the burden of these costs could grow greater for some Americans.
I think that it is thoughtless and inconsiderate and privileged thinking.
In late February, President Trump announced his plans for the 2018 fiscal year in a budget titled America First. The budget proposes controversial cuts to a number of domestic programs, including a $9.2 billion decrease in the funds for the Department of Education. This plan includes a $3.9 billion cut to Pell Grant funding, the largest federal grant program, a program that offers financial relief for many low-income and minority students like here at Howard University, a historically black university. The university's VP of Communications, Crystal Brown, released this statement regarding Pell Grant funding. All Howard students that qualify for the Pell Grant get the full reward, which is $5,920. What we do is we match that reward with an additional $5,920 reward called Need-Based Grant. One student is Kimberly Campbell, a university freshman who says without the Pell Grant, she wouldn't be able to afford college.
So if it wasn't for Pell Grant, I essentially would have to take out a loan that I know I wouldn't be able to pay for straight out of college and that my parents can't pay for with the jobs that they currently have.
Campbell's story isn't uncommon. She is one of 7.6 million students that receive Pell Grants, in which the Department of Education budgeted $28 billion for the 2015-2016 school year. Howard University's freshman Tony Cooper is also concerned about the budget cuts, especially since she could possibly become the first person in her family to graduate college.
Honestly, it's really unfortunate that we have to experience this because we already face obstacles trying to get to college in the first place and being with money. So
Trinity College awarded over $5 million in Pell Grants in 2014, many of them low-income students, including Sarah Morton.
I feel like Donald Trump taking away Pell Grants is a bit ridiculous. A lot of students at Trinity, including myself, rely on Pell Grants, and I just don't see how this is going to be good for the future.
Low-income students enroll in college at a rate much lower than those from families in higher income brackets. In 2013, 78% of recent high school graduates classified as high income and enrolled in secondary educational institutions, while only 45% of low-income students did the same. The Mary Center, a place that advocates for educational advancement, says that high school students in the nation's capital fall into both of these categories. But for those low-income students, rising college costs are definitely discouraging.
So for us, it's really important for our students to be able to not only qualify but have these programs available to them, because a lot of them just can't afford out-of-pocket tuition money. For a lot of these kids, they have to juggle with the idea of going to different institutions. It really depends on how much money they're able to obtain.
Reaction as profound disappointment, because the narrative, as sketchy as it was all of a whopping 2 pages, described a scenario that would actually be devastating in college. So the extremism of the plan, as disappointing as it is to see it come from the President of the United States, is also arguably happy news, because nobody in Congress that I can think of would take it serious.
The Pell Grant isn't the only educational program in which Trump anticipates cutting funding. The president also plans to eliminate the federal Supplementary Educational Opportunity Grant program, which provides thousands of dollars to students in need. For News Vision, I'm Janelle Floyd.